wherever you are, whatever you're doing, drop what you're doing, hop on the next flight to Germany, and get your ass here because your wife is standing in her office. So this one is actually interesting. This didn't happen at Ring Freaks, by the way. This was at a different company where I used to work for many, many years ago. And we also were renting out cars to drive on the Nurburgring. And sometimes we get these inquiries from, let's say, girlfriends or wives who want to give their husband, like, let's say, a gift. Go like, hey, I want my guy to drive on the Nurburgring. It's a fantastic present for him, for birthdays or whatever. So we get this email from a lady from the UK. And she's like, hey, can I rent a car for my husband? Because we just got married and we didn't go on a honeymoon. But now I know that he's coming to the Nurburgring with his friends and I want to surprise him, giving him a couple laps to drive himself. So he said, sure, we can definitely cater that. A couple of weeks go by and the guy has this booking. And it was on a Saturday. Track is open the whole day. And she rented for him a BMW. Like, I think it was a 125i or something. Not too expensive, but just a whole day of driving will still set you back like $2,500, give or take. So morning comes, and we always make these lists of who's going to come drive. We have these contracts pre-prepared and everything. So she paid everything in advance. And the guy doesn't show up. There is one contract left. The car is ready. Nobody shows up. Now, this happens sometimes. This still happens today, actually. Even at Ring Freak, sometimes people simply don't show up. They forget that they have a booking, which is weird. Or they simply didn't make it and they forgot to inform us. Now, we always are very patient. Sometimes people are also very late, so we simply wait. We don't really ring them up to say, hey, you have a booking, you need to show up, whatever. We don't really do that. Half of the day in, so about lunchtime, we get an email from the wife. And she asks if everything goes well, because she didn't hear back from her husband yet. Is he okay? Is all fine? Did he pick up the car? And so on. And I'm like, hang on, he's not here. This is the guy that's not here. Now, there is a phone number on the booking, but I didn't know, was it her phone number or his phone number, whatever. So I thought, you know what? Let's call them and simply ask, right? So I call the phone number and his wife picks up. And she's like, well, he should be there now. I said, well, he didn't arrive yet. Maybe he's running late. Can you maybe give him a call, see where he's at? 10 minutes later, we get a phone call from a different number, which was the guy. And he says, well, I will be a bit later to pick up the car, but if my wife calls, can you please tell her that all is fine? I'm having a great time. I just will run a bit later picking up the car. Like, okay, weird, but whatever. A bit after that, we get another phone call from the wife again. Ask if everything is fine, because her husband told her at that point that he was already driving. So we don't want to tear up a marriage, obviously. So we're like, well, I think it's all fine, but I'm not dealing with customers right now, so I don't really know. But yeah, it should all be fine. Then he calls back again. And he's like, well, did my wife call you? I said, yes, your wife called us, and we kind of rubbed it off. He's like, well, I need to be honest with you. I'm not at the Nurburgring. I'm like, well, I figured this one out already. He's like, well, after my marriage, a buddy of me, he wanted to go to Ibiza and have a party. And so we went to Ibiza instead of the Nurburgring, but I couldn't tell her going to Ibiza, so I told her we went to the Nurburgring. I'm like, man, that's a wrong thing to do, but people do what they do, right? So I said, well, what should I tell your wife if she calls again? Because I don't want to really lie, and you know, it's not up to me to fake your weekend in Ibiza. So he says, well, if she calls, just ignore her. Don't pick up the phone. Don't do anything, whatever. I said, well, sure. Of course, she calls again, because she didn't hear from him, apart from that, oh, I'm driving on the track, and we kind of told her that he wasn't yet. So she calls again, and she says, well, can you please now check, because he's very vague on telling me what's happening, and I thought that this was a cool surprise. It was so expensive, and I thought there would be more feedback from this, which is understandable, obviously. I mean, if I would get a $2,500 gift from my wife, I would call her and say, thank you for this, and this is a great thing, and whatever, but he didn't do that. I thought, man, this is weird. So I called the guy again. I said, hey, dude, just be honest with your wife. Tell her something, because this is getting weird now. We don't want, get involved in this madness of you not driving the Nurburgring, being on a party in Ibiza, and this is becoming crazy. Suddenly, the wife shows up. this was like the whole thing. She was there to surprise him as well. And he didn't know, we didn't know. So she walks into our office and she's like, where is he? I'm like, what to tell now? So I go into the back room and I call the guy again. I said, dude, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, drop what you're doing, hop on the next flight to Germany and get your ass here because your wife is standing in our office. The guy's now freaking out, panicking, whatever. And this is about, like, let's say 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So realistically, getting on a flight from Ibiza to Germany, taking a rental car from whatever airport to us and still meeting up with her on the same day is going to be interesting. Nobody wants to talk with her now because nobody wants to say, hey, he's not here. But also nobody wants to tell her he's not here. It is a very bad thing to do, but we kind of left her on her own a bit in that way. I'm not sure if that was the right thing to do, but it is what it is. Suddenly, a friend of him shows up who was supposed to go on the Ibiza party, but then decided to go to the Nurburgring because it wasn't all a lie. He actually did plan to go to the Nurburgring with his mates and have a good time. But some of them decided to go to a men's party in Ibiza, and the other part actually did go to the Nurburgring. A friend of him showed up, and then she saw the friend, which she also knew, obviously. They started to talk, and then she found out that he was not at the Nurburgring, but having a fantastic time in Ibiza. But only fantastic on that moment, because I think afterwards it wasn't so great anymore. And that's the guy who, well, let's say, robbed his own wife of driving laps on the Nurburgring.
Auto Tempest is the best way to search for your next car because they compile all the results from all over the internet, all the major listing sites into one place with one search. We've always loved them for that, but it's getting even better because they're now beta testing their new simple search, and you can access that right now by using the link in the description below or the QR code on your screen. So gone are the days of endless drop-down menus of year, make, model, trim, all the things, unless you want to because it is still there. But now you can just type in one simple search string and let Auto Tempest do the rest. We've always loved that Auto Tempest lets you get the results from everywhere without having to go to each site and search for the same thing over and over again, but now they're making it even easier with their simple search. So check them out now to thank them for their support of VINwiki and find your next car on Auto Tempest.